Hello everybody, Ian Robson here for another edition of the All-American Farm. Alright. Oh goodness. We got a couple things going on today. First off, we got the harvest going on this field now. We got canola coming through. I'm a little concerned. We actually missed a little strip in the middle of this field, so I'm a little concerned about this one. I hope we can make it in time. We're going to see how that turns out in a second here. If it turns before we get a chance to get it all off the field, I'll be it'll hurt I'll be like, oh, that sucks. But in the greater scheme of things, not a big deal. Not when we have as much as we do. That's the only reason why I say that. Oh, it's the fence, that's right. S7E18. So I'm just going to specify which one's for, or which combine for which tractor. And the main reason because of that is because they are pretty far away from where they enter for the actual course itself for Courseplay. So by doing that, it should speed up the, hey, there's a combine that needs to be unloaded there process. So that's what I'm hoping for, at least. But as you can see, we just get quite a lot, so I'm not overly concerned about it, but I wouldn't want to waste a whole field. But I guess that's what happens when you get a little too zealous with the fast forwarding of the time with Wither on the map, so we'll see what happens. So because of that, I decided to put the New Holland cultivate in this field right here, so he could, you know, get rid of and kind of work in some of that, some of the leftover from the previous crop. We can call that as, you know, weather damage maybe or something. But yeah, we're just going to use the New Holland here to work that material back into the ground there a little bit, just so it's nice and fertile for next time around. So that's the idea, at least. Alright, so these two guys are doing that, and let's check on our case. He is doing the last pass, it looks like, or almost the last pass. Looks like he's run out of fertilizer, or whatever. I'll just leave it for that for the time being. As you can see, it's grown a little bit already, which is ridiculous, considering I haven't really fast forwarded time at all. Not since I started working on this field, but that just gives you an idea of how fast it actually grows on this map in comparison to other maps, I guess. So just something to consider, I suppose. So yeah, this guy's going to be doing this, and we'll have to keep an eye on this up here. We'll see how that goes. What I consider doing, actually, and I still may do it. Where's my truck? This truck here. What's the price of canola? I'm considering selling a couple loads of canola just so I can make enough money to potentially buy another combine so I can stick that in the field there. We shall see. Let's just check the price. That's the reason why I wanted to come here. Where is it? In. It's dropped down a little bit, but still at 1,000, so I could probably sell 2 loads and I would be able to make a decent amount of money still, so I think that's what we'll do. We'll have canola coming in anyways, so we'll be able to get that. Yeah, this is the problem we're into, that there's just so much material coming off the fields that it's just going to be ridiculous. Like, can't even get all the way down the field without having to empty, which is, you know, a lot of material. Maybe what I should do actually is maybe I should put another tractor on here. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that would really help or not in this scenario. Like, what we're kind of running into is that the tractors just can't keep up. Like, even with these combines going as slow as they are, they still end up having to stop every now and then because these guys just cannot keep up with this. Like, how's the other combine doing? Yeah, he's just chilling out there again. So that's because the other guy is full. So maybe what I will do is I will buy one of those, another Crampy Bandit, because I think they're still on sale. Might as well have a whole fleet of them. Oh, I guess they're not. Never mind. I thought they were on sale. I don't think we have anything else that we could actually use in this scenario, because we sold the other 2, I suppose. But I suppose we could use the GMC. That's a possibility. But we do have this. I don't think we have anything we can put it into. Not unless we use a semi, which isn't going to happen. See, I like how fast those unload. It's pretty darn fast. And it looks kind of cool. It's got the little floor that does the that does a little... I don't know why they shake so much. That does, I don't know what you call it, floating floor, moving floor. Does this thing. Let's just call it that for the time being. Actually, what I could do is I could use one other tractor as an overloader, I suppose, but that's just getting... I think there's just too many tractors on the field at that point, especially using that particular type of course as well. I'm sure we'll run into problems, but... yeah. Not sure what other options we actually have. So hopefully by changing this out, we will... look at this guy doing his thing. It's because the reason why it's being so silly right there is because I used a different truck, I should say, to record this course, which has a different turning wheelbase slash turning circle. So that's the problem I'm really gonna run into. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't. He's almost empty. And the way he's set up, is he set to fieldwork mode? No, he's not, huh? Okay, that's interesting. Both these guys are in traffic. Yeah, that's always fun. Let's move the fence. This is one of those situations where you want to try and keep them working as fast as possible, but sometimes you just can't. You just can't get them to do what you want them to do. I don't know. I fear for our canola crop. That's what I did. That's what it. That's what it is. All right. Let's see if we can't get this other combine rolling here again. There we go. Oh, really? That's annoying. Just the way it is. Apparently, when I tabbed out of this, it just automatically shut it off. That is sometimes annoying. I'm used to just things just continually running, so when I just tab out of it, it'll just continue running, but it's not always the case, as you just saw. Some tractors, they will do their own thing, like this one apparently. Oh, this one is a nice one. I wish I had in-cab sound. That's my one big thing about this, but other than that, it's pretty solid. I'm just gonna turn this guy around. Is he empty yet? Yeah, it looks like he's emptied. I'm just gonna turn this guy around, set him back on Courseplay. Should be okay now. Yeah, these guys just cannot keep up. Look at that. So he unloaded a full load into that guy, and he's still at 30%. And these guys are just crawling. They're going so slow. I'm not sure what else you could really do in this scenario. Oh, and you, my friend, he's just finishing up the last pass. Okay, well. We'll just wait for this guy to finish up here then. I know he's planting over stuff he's already planted, but that's how you ensure you get all the edges. So right now it looks ridiculous, but once it, if it had been planted before in corn, and then once we stick a combine on here with a corn header on it, it'll probably miss chunks of it, so that's the reason why I'm doing this. Otherwise, I wouldn't really care that much, but I am missing a couple chunks here of places where you could have fertilized, but I didn't fill them up again. Although I do have the truck right there. Go figure, right? Almost done. It's not bad, actually. This one's actually not a bad Steiger. I do wish I had in-cab sound, like everything now. I don't think you can do anything fancy in here. It's just a regular, just a Steiger. It does look good, though. Details look pretty sharp on it. And I think the other one's just a wee bit better. But that's my opinion. The other one I'm referring to, of course, is the one we had on Central Kansas, that case. That one is slightly better in the sense that it has in-cab sound, some other little fancy things on it, but other than that, like, this one's pretty good too. I think it was Texas Long Haul who said I should try these out long ago, and he was like, yeah, dude, check them out, they're pretty decent, so here they are. Well, here's this one at least. I don't know, I never pick up the road track one for whatever reason. I just think it looks a bit silly, and that's part of the reason why I never really stuck to it. Because it's a nice tractor. It looks the same as this, just has road tracks on it. Actually, Case is really pushing that. They're pushing that in terms of compaction issues, in terms of traction and all that jazz. So Actually, I was looking on YouTube today, I suppose it was, and they had they actually released quite a few videos in relation to their Steigers. One about suspension cab, I think it was. So like it, instead of it being like attached to the tractor, I suppose it suspends there, so it's a bit more comfortable. Visibility is another thing they always talk about. So if you're able to see your equipment, that's a really good plus. Like if I can go like this and see what's out there, that's amazing. Well, because if you couldn't, that would be kind of bad, especially if you're operating large equipment like this guy has on the back of it. There we go. I'm just gonna. This guy should be out of the way here. If not, I'll have to move him. But for the most part, he should be good there. Yeah. So actually, it's funny. I saw a picture of like a Burgo like this. Pretty much this setup with this Steiger on the front of it. I don't know where. I think I saw it on Twitter actually. Just where I would normally see something like that. I see a lot of random pictures on Twitter. I follow a lot of farmers on Twitter, so it's always interesting to see what they have, or what they post, I should say. Because there's lots of good stuff out there, and there's lots of bad stuff, of course. It's always the case, right? Doesn't matter what you're following online, there's always going to be good stuff and bad stuff, like interesting stuff and stuff you're totally not interested in at all. But that is always the case. Is he set to recording? He is, wow. That's just ridiculous. Sheesh. Maybe if I set him up like this, he'll be fine. Nope. Apparently not. Perhaps I should have used the other truck. It's weird, because it's right here, right in that little area there, where he tends to get really silly. But for the rest of it, he seems to be okay. I think. It's funny, I was watching Dirt Hebbers today, I guess it was. And one of the things I ran into was or I thought was funny was, he mentioned about the fact that there was like a screen pause there for a second, like a jump and lag. And TCGG Rob actually noticed it too, but I don't know if it's related or not. But anyhow, what happened was there was a big like pause in the screen, like he was doing something and then it just went bloop and stopped. And the funny thing was, it turns out it's a autosave feature that Farming Simulator, well, Giants incorporated just recently, and that's the reason why there's a pause there. I'm just gonna stop this guy for a quick sec here, or not. All right, well, I was gonna do this. Let's move this guy out of the way here. Yes. Yeah, so that was the reason for it. Now I don't know if that's the same thing that TCGG Rob experienced or not. But it was just interesting that TCG Rob mentioned the fact that there was like a pause there. He was playing on Spring Hill Valley. He thought it was something to do with the map itself. And I'm inclined to believe maybe it's not. And it's more related to the autosaving feature. But I could be wrong. I am not an expert in these things. I just happened to notice that both of them experienced something similar. So it's possible that was the reason. Alright. Now, the other thing I need to be careful about is that with the... Actually, you know what I can do? I can do it this way. There's a... Didn't I put a... Yes, I did. Sweet. I don't know where this is going to go, but... So what I'll do is I will set this course up again, because I had it going to the other field 1, and I don't want him to interfere with those guys over there. So generate course, and I don't think I have it set up so he... no, I don't. Oh, shoot. That's annoying. These are the things you hope you had set up, but you really don't. Oh well, I guess I have to do it manually. C'est la vie. He's halfway down the field anyway, so... Alright, let's get this guy set up here. And I believe the Peterbilt, he stops right over there, and I don't think he's going to be in the way there, but we're going to find out right here in a second. Because if he is, then of course we'll have to do something about that, but I don't think he'll be a big problem there. Oh man, this has been a pretty long recording session. I don't normally record this many times, or this many episodes in a row, but this has been like 4 episodes in a row. which is rather odd for me. Lately I've done only like one of one of the Iron Horse and one of this map. That's what it's been lately, but today I just was like, alright, let's play some Farm Sim. So I've basically recorded 4 episodes, like I said, so which is a lot for me in one go. Alright, let's just set the pause waiting course right there, and then just drive back onto the field here. Alright, this will be F2 fill fert. I hope I didn't record the whole thing. Okay, good. Phew. For a second there, I thought I added it to the other thing I just made up. So let's do this, and then add that. Then you should be good. And while we're here, might as well just fill up the fertilizer. I mean, I was quite surprised, actually, when I discovered that this trailer I'm coming up to right now does work with Courseplay so well as a fertilizer supplier, which is good because I didn't think it was going to do that, but it is a nice feature that I guess they added support. I'm not really sure how they managed to do it, but I'm happy regardless. So that's good. While this guy's filling up, let's go check on our other fellows here. They're doing alright. They seem to be doing a... No, never mind. Yeah, it's just because it's just a long way to go. That's the problem, I think. Which may run in... This is one of the reasons why I set it up so it's... Each tractor is set up for a specific... Oh, go figure. Each tractor is set up for a specific combine. This guy's going to be full again anyways. It's almost like I need 4 tractors doing this. Like, it's just crazy. How is this guy doing? He's filling up again. Wow. Okay, well, I didn't think we had that much in there, but I guess they're dumping it in there just as fast as he's loading it out, or taking it out. Nope. This one? Nope. This one. Yeah, just about. That's crazy. The price is going to tank at some point, so I'll have to keep an eye out for that. That'll be at the top of the hour, I suppose. So, alright, this guy's good to go now. Excellent. Let's put him back where he's supposed to be here. And nearest what I need to do is this. Put this down. I do like this thing. It is. Someone said that this size of cultivator is not realistic, apparently. Well, it doesn't exist as far as I know. The actual implement itself does, but not this size. So that was one of the interesting facts I discovered not too long ago. The things you learn from comments in YouTube are just amaze me. You guys know so much. You're so smart. But that's, you know, that's the collective mind of everyone who comments is just, you know, bigger than mine by itself, right? So that's usually how it works in most cases. What's the what's the expression? 2 heads are better than 1, right? There we go. 2 heads are better than 1, so in this case there's a lot of heads versus, well, a lot of minds versus my mind, so inevitably I'm going to lose in that scenario because it would be like, you know, 2 million to 1 or whatever it is. But that is the way it is sometimes. Alright, this guy's just chilling out here. Hurry up, guys. Holy cow. Maybe I should set these guys on to drive on earlier. Maybe at 50% or something. Because they're set at like 90, I think, right now. Let's set them to, I don't know, 60%. And then hopefully in that scenario, they'll just unload. And they can... I think the problem is because as soon as they unload once, it's basically full. Just about. I don't know. Something along those lines, but they are not being efficient enough. I suppose I could do it, but I'm really not a big fan of running across back and forth the whole time, so... Which is, you know, that's just my own fault. There we go. Let's get this combine rolling again. There we go. Good. Yeah, and that's the one downfall of having hard workers as opposed to using Courseplay, right? Like if you have Courseplay rolling, you can just, as soon as they get below 80%, they just start going forward again. Whereas these guys, because they're hard workers, of course, they'll just unload 100% and then go. What are the downfalls? Alright, it's going to start unloading. Excellent. Let's get them rolling again. Sweet. So one of the things I wanted to do is... where's my telehandle? Right here. Actually, we almost have enough for another combine. 3 combines? Is that slightly overkill? Maybe. Just a little bit. Alright, so we're going to use this guy for a second here. And what I want to do is, I think I want to deal with the manure that we have piling up. Literally, I guess. With the manure from the cows. So we have 50,000 liters of manure. So what I would like to do is unload it first of all. Excellent. And I want to buy this. I've never actually used this before, so I don't know how it works. Oh well. I can't imagine it being that difficult, but I want to try it out because I've never used this. This is actually Big Boss modding. Swear. And that is huge. Holy cow. Luckily we're on a flat map, so it's not going to be it'll be really easy to place it somewhere in terms of it being flat, but I'd like to. Down here's the grain mill. Ooh, actually that's not a bad spot. Down in here somewhere. It's out of the way. Yeah, let's do that down here. But let's do it maybe train tracks that go nowhere. I just realized that. That's gonna be the best way to do it. Maybe no, I can't put it there because that's where the guys drive through. So maybe something like down here, like this maybe. And then they drive out in the grass. I wish you could just set it so it's like 90 degrees. But you can't just do that. Oh, there it is. Takes a while. Let's put it a little bit further down. Boom. Sweet. I'm excited about this actually. I've never used that before. Let's hop into the GMC. I know the GMC can carry manure. So let's go take a load of manure. I'm curious as to how much we'll actually get for it too. We do have TMR mixing in here at the moment. I filled it up with silage and hay, so it's good to go. So let's just try. I know it's funny. I was watching Stockwell Glass a while ago, and he actually tried the same thing. He didn't have quite a good experience as I did because he's playing on a map that's not flat. But I'm playing on a flat map, so I don't have to worry about it really. But he definitely wasn't, so it led him to a problem. Apparently, I have the grain plane set as manure looks like grain, which is always great, right? Jeez. Alright, so that's 1 load. Yeah, it's going to be 2 loads then. It's not too bad. This truck doesn't work with Courseplay very well, or at all really, which is unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen this truck work with Courseplay, but at this point in time, I doubt they're going to make it work with Courseplay, mainly because 2015 has been announced, but no, well, I haven't seen any more information. All I know is that there's going to be forestry included in 2015, which is going to be cool, actually. I hope they do a good job of implementing it, and I hope that the beta release of what they did right now isn't any kind of indication of what's going to be like in-game, because that would be painful to play then. But I suppose what they actually done in this context is they released the beta mod now, so they could work out the bugs before they implement it into the new game. That's what I suppose. It makes sense, right? So I think that's the reason, or that's what they did in the end. So alright, so let's go take a load here and we'll see how much our manure nets us. Because, well, one thing we need to consider is we just spent $15,000 on the building itself. So we need to make we need to be over $385,000. Well, it'll be, if we did that in one shot, it would be $385,000. Ooh, I've never seen this building before. Actually, that's pretty solid, man. Can you actually drive through this area? Looks like you just back up. but I wonder if you can actually drive through here. That'd be a pretty intense for a placeable, though. That's the sell point. This does work with the Aguias Tenia stuff, I suppose, right? Let's test it out. So we got $370,000 right now. Let's see how much we get from this. Is that going to work? Oh, it is. Wow. Beauty. Soil and compost. All right, $370,000. Let's see how much we get. 1,000. 2,000. 3. That's not terrible, I guess. So, didn't make as I didn't expect to make that much in the first time around, but you know, with time, it will pay for itself. It's a pretty big building, though. Like, could you imagine trying to place that on a smaller map? That'd be pretty rough. I can imagine. Like, I know Stock Glass had a heck of a time trying to find out a nice place for it to go. Actually, you know what? We should check on the other guys, see how they're doing there. Of course, he's full, as per usual, and he is just unloaded. Let's see how this works. A little concerned. Where is the other tractor? Oh, he's just unloading. That's the reason why. How's this guy doing? Not too bad here. It's funny. He can raise and lower these when he's fertilizing, which kind of doesn't make very much sense, but you have to start them. It seems like you have to start with them in the ground for it to work properly. Otherwise, it would not work properly, which kind of threw me off a little bit, but anyhow. I suppose I could have used the case for this, but the case is just chilling out over here for the time being. Alright, sweet. You know what I want to do? Let's... we have 370... Actually, we could buy another field, potentially, or another harvester. One or the other, I suppose. Because we have 2 harvesters right now. You know what I should do? I should really upgrade this guy to something a bit bigger. So what I'm thinking of is the... where is it here? Not the plow. Where is it here? I don't have any other cool placeables. I could buy bee houses, or could use the manure for that, I suppose. Or we could buy one of those. What am I thinking of? Okay, the John Deere S7E18, I think it is. One of the other ones by Ago, or Ugo, or the guy who made the tractor. Where is it here? 7310, is this it? Yeah, no. Yes, that is it. Yeah, that's the right one. 73, 72. Oh, for a second there, I was like, why do these ones have more? Why does this have more horsepower and it's a lower number? But I saw the 1, but not the 3. I think this is a European style tractor, though. That would be the only problem there. I don't think there's any other, because I think all the R versions are all, well, maybe not. This is an American version, but I always forget how John Deere names their stuff. They have some funny names. Well, for me, someone who doesn't buy John Deere stuff, they're funny. But to my brother-in-law who works at John Deere, he has no problem. He's like, yeah, it's this. I'm like, okay, man, whatever you say. One time we sat down, he explained the various, the way the combines are broken down. I remember listening, I'm like, okay, it makes sense right now, but as soon as I walk away and don't have this written down, this is not going to make very much sense to me, so... It was pretty funny. It was pretty cool. I think we were sitting down for coffee, and I was at his place, and he was up going to work, and I was going to help his family, or not his family, I guess my in-laws. I was staying at his place, and we had a good conversation about combines and whatnot in the morning before we went to work. It was pretty funny. Sweet. So, this guy's doing well. He still hasn't reached that part yet, but he'll do a nice job of cleaning up the edges, which is one of the other reasons of why I wanted to have this guy do this. Excellent. Sweet. But this harvest is where it seems to be working a bit better this time around, now that I've identified specific combines for these guys to work on, so... Which is nice, I suppose. It's always nice when these things work the way you want them to. Makes a big difference. Alright, so what I think I'll do is... I'm going to stop this guy from... Actually, no, maybe we'll do one more. How much do we actually have? Maybe we can... Maybe. It's funny, the other tractors are just like keeping up with this guy. Watch, there be a great demand coming up, and I'm totally just wasting it. No. Sugar beets, wheat, and potatoes. So we have potatoes and we have wheat. No canola coming up, so we're good. Anyhow, I'm going to stop the episode there for now, folks. What I'm probably going to do off camera is finish off this harvest. We'll see. We'll see how... I played a lot this morning already, so maybe I'll stop playing for the day. We'll see what happens. Anyways, that's it for today, folks. My name's Iain Robson. It's been Farming Simulator 2013, coming at you from the All-American Farm. Catch you guys later.